Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Hey, look, I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of questions. People, they have the X32 rack, even the full size desk, but what they want is they want more monitor outputs. And what they're asking is, how do you come up here to FX1 through 4? And instead of these being for effects on bus 13, 14, 15, and 16, how can they use that as a regular mix bus? It's not too complicated, but you just got to follow along and do a few things, and you'll see how all this works out. Okay. Now, if I turn this power off here, let's come down here to the aux FX. If I turn this power off here, you'll see automatically it mutes down here at the bottom. If I unmute it, then you'll see the power comes back on. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to switch this to inserts. Now, be very careful. Remember, these FX are used with the sends and returns. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get into a lot of latency issues. It's going to just really terrorize your mix. Okay. Now, while we're on this screen, and we can go up here on this one as well, we want to change these over here. Okay. 13, 14, 15, 16, 13, and 14. As you can see, these would normally be post fader. And I'm going to change these to pre-fader on these two buses right here. Now, you cannot separate these two. So in other words, if I change bus number 15 to pre-fader, then it's going to throw off the effect I'm using down here, which is the plate reverb. Okay, right down here at the bottom. And we don't want to do that. So if you truly want to use all of these up here as inner monitors or wedge monitors, whatever you want to do, then you're going to come through and change every single one of these to insert. And then you're going to come up to sends and you're going to put this on pre-fader. Now, what does the pre-fader do? Well, pre-fader means this. It's before the fader. Okay? So if you come down to your mixing board and you're blending in your audio, if you have this set to post fader, when you move like the hi-hat here, if I want more hi-hat in this mix, it's going to add it into your in-ear mix or your monitor mix as well. By moving it on pre-fader, then I can move these wherever I want to, and this will not affect the in-ear mix or the monitor mix. Okay? So that's the first, or that's actually the second step right here. The first step is to come over here and select it to insert. And I'm going to leave this here because I like the way this plate reverb sounds. Now, a lot of people will also use an external FX box or an FX rack. They'll come in through their auxiliary inputs. So again, it's, whatever your situation is, if you need more outputs for your monitors, this is the process. Now, I want to come up to routing real quick because this is where a lot of people are getting confused. As you can see right here, it says Dana in ear, and I've got this set to mix bus 13. Do not get this confused, this out 1 through 16, with these, the bus 16. Okay? Because what happens is this is done internally. And up here, this is done externally. We are telling these outputs, just like it says right there, output 1 through 16. We are telling them where they're going to get their signal from. And therefore, it's going to go out of the XLR outputs. Now, another confusing issue is this little asterisk right here that starts at number 9. If you own the rack, the core, the producer, the compact, you cannot physically have more than 8 outputs, and that's all that's telling you. Now, if you're connected to a stage box, this means absolutely nothing to you. Do not let this, get in your head. as you can see over here, we've got all of this set to post fader. So again, do not get this out 1 through 16 confused with the FX outs 13 through 16. Now, if you notice right up here, the out 1 through 16, you'll see that little symbol right there. And what that is your Cat5 cable symbol. That's what that is. If you see the XLR right here, you'll see that is a XLR symbol. Okay? So on the out 1 through 16, you don't have to mess with it. You definitely don't have to come in here and do anything with the AES50 routing. So now that we've done that, what are we going to do? Well, just like everything else, we want to come down here and we want to label our mix buses. And that's what I did right here. I just right mouse clicked, named it, gave it a color, and I can do the same thing now on FX2 and FX3. If you notice down here, right here it says FX send. Here it's simply my mix bus. This puts me on sends on fader. So if I come over here, what I've done is I've simply put the lead vocal and the bass in my in-ear monitor. Okay? And I learned something new from this question, actually, and I love doing that. I love learning new things because this is what my in-ear sounds like.
Of a window pane, telling all my old friends that I have left, how I lost my way, how I lost my way.
Now, as you can see, I've just got the bass and the lead vocal in there. So that's how we know that this is working. If we come up to our, let me get out of sends on fader. If we come up to our meters, you'll see bus 13. This is output 13. Is just exactly where I want it to be. So if we come down here to bus and we see, right here, I've got mine set at -2. Let me put that over to Unity. Okay, and there we are. So over here, same thing. Dana and ear. This is the fader for it, which is the same fader as we're looking at right here. So that gives me an extra in-ear output. I'm using the P2 on this. Now, this is what the entire mix sounds like.
Did you want to know why?
Okay, and now this is what my in-ear sounds like. Okay, guys? So it really is just that simple. And there's just a few key things that you really want to remember. Okay? Come up here to the mixer view, channels 1 through 32, however you want to set it up. Come up to your sends. Highlight a channel here, sorry about that. And make sure you move all your mix buses to pre-fader. Now I'm going to come back down here and we're going to listen to this again. I'm going to put this in post fader. And now you will hear a difference in this audio.
How I lost my way.
Hear the reverb coming in now? The plate reverb? Okay. So that's it. Set them on pre-fader. Come down, name your buses. And one more thing, which is very, very important, okay? You don't need these FX returns on this, but you do need the sends, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my in-ears back up.
Heading down the back roads, trying to make sense of it all.
Watch what happens. You see? So we do need to come over to the aux FX, and we are going to use the sends.
Wanting for a feeling that...
But as you can see right over here, we do not need the returns. Now, since we are using the FX 4 left and right, if I pull these down, then I'm going to lose any effect that I have coming in through bus 16. And that's what it says right up here. See, it's FX4. Again, it sounds confusing, but it's not. Okay, it's real simple to sit there and take this and give yourself these extra mix buses now. And just go right through it. It's the same process. Come over here, Bill. Now I am doing these in mono, just for time's sake or whatever. He's now on bus 14. So we come up here to bus 14. We're going to set this to an insert. Immediately you'll see the power button goes off. Insert here. We come over to Bill. We come over here to, I apologize. Let's go ahead and raise him up. Let's push this back out here. We come over here. Now we see Bill right here. We click his monitors. We put him on sends on fader. And then we start adding in what Bill wants into his in-ear mix. We come out of sends on fader. We come back over to our aux FX. And again, we don't need these returns, which are the stereo. Remember, it sends in mono, it returns in stereo. But we do need this send raised up to unity. Okay? Guys, I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, just keep asking them. Again, it's not a hard process. You do have to follow the procedure, though. And when you're finished with it, then this is what you get.
Telling all my old friends
I'm going to start bringing these in now.
How I lost my way. Feeling like a firefly working in the light of a sunny day. Yelling at my old friends that I have left so they hear me say how I lost my way. How I lost my way. How I lost my way.
And as always, when you're finished, come out of that sends on fader. If not, you're going to think you're doing something up here on your main board, and you're just going to mess everything up. All right? Take care. God bless. And we are out of here.